Hello, fellow translators. So today I have a PSA for you. I have a public service announcement, and this public service announcement is do not send your resume in Microsoft Word. And that's the announcement. I actually recorded this. I actually already recorded this video, and that was kind of the basis of my video. Don't send your resume in Microsoft Word. But then I was thinking about it for a while, and I was like, there might be some instances where you do want to send it in Microsoft Word. So I'm redoing it because I kind of wanted to get into it a bit more and all this reasoning. Now, actually, I got this idea from a blog that I follow called About Translation. I don't follow it all the time, but I read it from time to time. In fact, I'll link to the article that originally got me thinking about this down below, and so you can see it for yourself. But basically, it's something that I read there, but I've also had happen to me in various ways. And the way they got shown it was a bit more obvious. But let me read to you what they have, which again you can see from the link below. But basically, he's saying how he got a letter saying that it was one of those letters that you get as a translator saying, "Oh, send us your resume. We'll put you on our database so that we can work together in the future, and feel free to sign up on our website." All those stuff you always see them. Anyway, but here it says. Let me tell you a bit of our company's point of view in some detail. Due to the competitive market we face, our company has established its method, which is based on filling the gap between translators and translation projects that are most appropriate for them, i.e. a translation agency. That's what they do. So anyway, nothing new there. But then it says, to do that, we make some tiny changes to the translator's CVs before sending them to our clients. These changes might include removing their contact details and replacing it with ours. This is done so they don't need to bother themselves with loads of emails. We're the ones to contact the client, discuss the project, and send it to a translator who will definitely be able to make more money through this, save time or something like that. Which, fine, you figure that's what a translation agency does. They save me time. They find the end clients and stuff like that. So you might think it's okay, except for the fact that they're taking away your name and your contact details and putting up something else. Now, so what's the problem with this? The problem with this is that they might send this to their prospective client. Like, say they contact, I don't know, General Electric. General Electric needs translations done. They send your resume, but without your name or anything else. And so General Electric is like, okay, cool, yeah, the resume looks good. Yeah, let's do the, I'll pay you X amount. And then they don't contact you, but they, I don't know, use like Google Translate instead. And then just use that and send it off. Or use a really, really cheap translator or something like that because you're charging a decent amount, but they use something else. And then they send it to General Motors, General Electric, whatever it was. And, and then that's it. And then if there are any complaints, they can always say, oh, it was, because they didn't give a name and they didn't give contact details. So they can say it was the translator, it's bad, and blah, 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 something. Anyway, it's just a way that basically they can commit fraud in this way. If they change, whatever way they plan on using your resume, if they change your contact details on there or something like that, I don't know. I've seen some agencies that think it's okay to do that. In fact, I've talked to some translators that think it's okay for them to do that. But I'm pretty sure that's fraud. Like, you can't do that. Maybe you can cross it out or something like that if you don't want, because they want to be an agency, so they want to be the middleman. But I don't know. You definitely can't change the details to someone else's or to your own. And this ultimately is the danger with Microsoft Word because it's easily changeable. You can change this stuff easily. And so if you're sending resumes in Microsoft Word, now this company said they were doing it, but you don't know what they're doing. So I would always prefer to send a resume in a PDF format. Now, there are other issues with Microsoft Word, by the way. If you're using a Mac or if someone else is using a Mac or a PC or stuff like that, the format can look different. Also, depending on which version of operating system you're using something, it can look very different on Microsoft Word. I'm sure you've all seen this before. But if you send it in PDF format, it always looks the same and it looks nice. So I would always send it in PDF format. And definitely if they have an option of Word and PDF, send it in PDF. Always send it in PDF. But the reason I don't say always send it in PDF, well, I just said always send it in PDF if you can. But there's certain times when you might want to send it in Word as well. And it'll basically be a judgment call, right? if you're contacting a company that you know works well, you've worked with before, or other people have worked with before, they have a great rating on the blue board in pros or something like that, and you know they're legitimate, they're not going to mess around with you, all that, and they ask for Word specifically, then fine. Look, and some of them might ask for Word because if they have a database system where it kind of takes your information and automatically plugs it in, I'm sure you've seen stuff like that, then they might want it in Word. It can usually parse it out from PDFs as well, so be wary, I guess, because you could send a PDF and it should work well, but sometimes they might want Word. But it is a judgment call. If this is a legitimate company, or if it's a company you've worked with before, it's someone you trust for whatever reason, then you can send Word and that's fine. But otherwise, I would always, always, always send PDF. That will be my initial way to send out a resume, is just PDF format. They have all the information there, easy to read. You know the format's going to stay the same, so why not send it in PDF? And yeah, because you never know if they're going to make changes to your resume without you knowing, which frankly, and it's surprising that some of them say it, and some of them even say, "Oh, we want to add in case your resume updates, that way we can update it ourselves." No, if you resume updates, you could send a new resume because you're going to update it yourself, right? Anyway, it's I would always send it in PDF format, and then that's it. And then there might be exceptions here and there if they say that they want it in Word format and someone you trust, et cetera, et cetera. By the way, making PDFs is pretty easy. I might have even covered it before. I'm not sure. But either way, you can find thousands of YouTube videos that tell you how to do this, I'm sure. For Microsoft Word, you can easily make a PDF format. You either save as PDF or print and save as PDF, depending on what version you're using. But it's either way, it's very easy to make a PDF out of a Microsoft Word document. So once you're done with your resume, just send it in PDF format. So that's my recommendation and my public service announcement. And so hopefully you find this useful. And going forward, hopefully when you send your resume out, you will send it more often in PDF format, because I just think it's safer in the long term. You don't want to risk people changing around your resume in this way and that way. So yeah, hopefully you found this useful. If you did, don't forget to click thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to tell a friend to subscribe if they haven't. And and don't forget to tune in for more videos. Oh yeah, if you click on the bell next to the subscription thing, once you subscribe, then you get notified right away when there are new videos, so you don't have to kind of guess if new videos are coming out or not. So feel free to do that, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye. Savedum.